Hi everyone. Hi there. I'm not sure if anybody is watching already. If anybody can let me know if this sound is okay and everything, that would be great. Let me check. Oh, great. Thank you. So I'm just going to wait here for a few seconds to see if everybody can find it. Hi, Judith. Let me see if I can share this onto the Lindy's page. So Facebook is terribly slow, or maybe my internet connection. Maybe it's both. So thanks already for the thumbs up, guys. Just let me quickly share the stream, and I will get going. So I think everybody's like still finding the stream. I'm just going to start. So welcome for everybody that has already found the stream. Let me first explain why it's a little bit noisy. Well, we've got this like quite massive heat wave going on in the Netherlands. So it's finally, the temperature is dropping a little bit now. So I have opened my window. I can show you guys. I have opened my window like all the way because, well, let's see if I can show this. This is my face. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm really, really sweaty. So, oh yeah, and now I see my face like on YouTube and I'm like, wow, it is really sweaty. So, it's a little bit noisy, but we don't care. So there may be some ambulance by or anything, just don't pay attention, they will go away quite fast. So let's see what I am going to do. Okay, so I am going to create this little shaker card over here, leaking. And the fun thing is that you can easily use it like for your cards or maybe even your scrapbook pages or whatever. I kind of saw more shaker type tags, or I saw them on social media. I was like, oh, that's fun to do. So I kind of decided to create one like in mixed media style, but did. So I used to create like these really, really girly stuff. So I actually created a lot of shakers. So it was really fun to do now because I was so used to creating these, but this has been so long ago. So yeah, that's why I decided to create one in more like a mixed media style now. So I didn't really prepare a workshop for you guys because I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but let's say I will add everything that I've used later on my own channel. I think that's best. So make sure to like or even follow my page, Creative Sins on Facebook, so you get an update when I upload the video also to my own channel, and there will be a list with all the supplies that I've used. So let's do this. I don't see the chat. Let me see why that is. So let's do this. I kind of prepared a Christmassy thingy because I thought it would be fun. Because it's like seriously hot right now, and I thought it would be fun to do a Christmas theme thingy. So hi to everybody that found me. I'm so happy you're here. I know vacation period and a lot of people are like on now, so I'm just are people watching. So this is what I have laying around here. I'm going to use some paper by AB Studio. It's actually quite old, but that's okay. So these are the really nice papers. And I'm also going to use some Prima Marketing flowers, like the really Christmassy glittery flowers. Hi Priscilla. And I also grabbed some of these really cool Dusty Attic chips with embossing powder. Ooh, almost broke that one. I'm also going to use some of these really cute mid-form castings in Christmas style, which I think is really ironic. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my Big Shot, which I have has been collecting dust, wow, for like, I think for 3 years or something. So I think my Big Shot was happy that I kind of started using it again. And that is what I am going to do. And now I need to figure out where I started the first time. So hi there. I created this like with as an example, but it was a couple of weeks ago, and now I kind of forgot how I started. So let me first start with creating a tag. So I was a little bit in doubt if I should create a card or a tag, but then I kind of decided I wanted to do a tag. It was just a little bit too much. So let me get my camera a little bit further down here. This way it's easier for me. So if you want to create a long, that's very possible, but it's just, I didn't really thought, so I probably most of you will have everything that I am going to use laying around, but it's more like I'm going to use like these dies, and you, even if you don't have exactly these, you can easily use like similar dies, as long as you have like 2 rings that are kind of like in size next to each other, and something to put around it. But this isn't even like necessary. So if you have like 2 circles or two maybe rectangular shapes or anything, you can create a shaker. You only need acetate. Is it acetate? I think so. But you can also use, that's a cool thing, you can also use, what's it called in English? Like the thing that you put in like thicker substancy. What is it called? Let me show you guys. We use it in like when we cook. Maybe some of you can help me. It's like these almost plastic sheets. You can like melt them in hot water. I don't know what's it. what it's called in English, but I was thinking of glycerine, but glycerine is really something different. But you could also use that. Yeah. Let's create some paper on top. So I was checking if I have any like Christmassy paper, but I couldn't really find anything. So now I'm just going to use regular paper. But it's still going to be Christmas in August because it's fun. So I'm going to use embossing powder today, and I'm going to use some sprays. What did I do here? And just some old sprays as well. And with the embossing powders, also some old, some new. Okay, let me check my connection, people. Oh. Don't you just hate YouTube? I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so if you don't see me, I hope you guys see me at the moment. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. So now I see like there's a massive delay also on a YouTube video, which is kind of weird because you usually don't have delay. So I don't know what's wrong, but I hope it's not going to ruin my live stream today. Okay, so I'm going to use this one as my base layer. Okay, it's okay. I kind of get really nervous when I also have my YouTube on. But okay. Okay, so my base layer. Let's see. I think I'm going to create the shaker right now just to have it finished. Let me just get that big shot out. Okay, so in case you never created a shaker before, it's built up from a bigger circle, in this case a circle. You need like a frame to cover up like the edge of the acetate, and you need of course a layer of acetate. So to adhere this, you see like you need this space in between just to add something to shake in there. I use like these double-sided adhesive tape. So I'm first going to create like the background for this shaker. And that is just going to be a plain circle. And to create one, you need like your biggest circle or your biggest shape. I'm glad I still know how this works. This is a cute little background. So this is the first thing that you create, is like the biggest circle as your background for the shaker. So then I'm going to create a circle with some acetate in exactly the same shape, size. If I can still find the acetate that I've used. Yay. It's like this really cool starry kind of acetate created by 13 Arts. It's really, really... what am I going to use? I really like this. I think this is really cool. So I'm just going to cut out a piece of acetate. And just to protect it from, like, I have like these really bad, what are these called? Plates. And to protect my acetate from getting ruined by the really bad cutting plate, I will add a piece of paper just extra underneath. It's just a piece of paper just to make sure that so if you have any questions, just ask them. I do have time to respond to them. Okay, so I switched again. So sorry guys. I wish the internet connection was a bit better, but I was kind of scared that this would happen because it's like this really humid weather right now and there are some thunderstorms going on, so sometimes it's just a little bit horrible. Okay, I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Woohoo! Okay, just for your information, it doesn't really help anything if you're going to rewatch it because it's like the connection of on my phone, I think. But yeah. I can't really help it because I think it's the weather. So I tried to use my Wi-Fi and I've tried to use my mobile connection, but both of them are really awful. So out of frustration, I actually ripped my acetate. Look at this. I'm going to create a new piece of acetate, I think. Yeah, that's better. Oh, seriously, guys, this is not going the way I've planned it, but these days also happen. Let's hope the internet connection stays a little bit okay right now and is going to help me instead of work against me. Let's do another try with the acetate. I'm going to give it another spin and an extra spin, I think, because it wasn't really working. So it's weird with the whole connection thing because like the image is really good. It actually is uploading in like, or streaming in like HD, and that's quite okay, but somehow it just stops every now and then. Maybe I'm a little bit overreacting with the whole give it a few runs, but I don't want to rip my A state again. Okay, let's see if it's working. These are like actually really good dyes, but this A state is like tough. And it doesn't really work when you're a little bit fed up with like something like your internet connection. If you're trying to get this loose like without ripping it. Yay, victory's mine. I did it. Woohoo. Okay, so it needed 2 tries, but now it's actually done. Let's get this out of here. And let's see. Okay, so we've got this and we've got the little round shape, and these are both the same size. And now I'm going to create another shape with my Big Shot just to cover like the edge, because I will eventually glue these two together and I don't want to show like the double-sided tape. So to do that, I'm going to grab some of this fun paper that I kind of forgot I had. So this is like the Coordinations sanded paper, which is really cool because you can sand it. But I've learned from the first time that I created this one, and I'm going to sand it before I've cut it, because I tried to sand it after and then I kind of broke the paper. So I'm actually going to sand it right now. Where is my sanding paper? Oh, here it is. Okay, I hope I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't really help it. So I switched to mobile again. I'm not going to jinx it. This is probably going to happen like maybe 10 more times, and we just reconnect and try again. Reconnect and try again. This probably will take like every piece of patience I have in my body, but we're going to do it anyway. So, as I was saying, I'm glad you guys are returning, because I thought I saw like the people who were watching like dropping to 1, and that 1 was me. And I was like, no, don't leave me. But you're here. Woohoo. Luckily. Okay, so I've sanded it. And now I'm going to create a little frame with the smaller one. Okay, so I'm anxiously seeing what my connection is doing. I hope it's going to be better than what I'm looking at right now. But okay, you guys can see what I'm doing, and that's maybe most important. I'm thinking of ways to create a better internet connection, but I can't really think of anything. Let's see if I can switch my Wi-Fi to a location more near my phone. Maybe that's helping. So let me check if I can do that. And I still need to switch another time. And I hope it's going to be the last time. Okay. But first I'm going to finish this one. So here's what I did. Okay, I'm going to switch one last time. Let's see if it helps. Oh, no, the image isn't better. I was hoping it was better, but it wasn't. So now I need to wait. Okay, so I'm back. Let's hope we're back for a little bit longer than 5 minutes. But I can see my video is back, so you guys probably will see me as well. And there's a little less delay, so maybe if we're like really hoping it's going to be fixed now, we'll see. I'm just very much hoping that there won't be any thunderstorm in like the next 45 minutes, because then I will be like doomed. But hey, there are worse things. Okay, so now I have this cute little edge or border. Look at this, so cute. Okay, next up. Like, the shaker is the most work in the whole project, so that is why I'm taking my time to create it. Let's get my glass plate cleared a bit. And now comes the tricky part, because I'm not very good at gluing this together. I still haven't figured out a way that like really works. So what I'm doing, I just cut like these pieces. And I just cut them in half. And that way I will have like 2 equal parts. And I will just try to glue them on the edge of the circle. And the most important thing is that you don't leave any space between them, because otherwise they will leak. And you don't want your shaker material leak out of your shaker, because that was actually what it was happening with the other one. It was kind of leaking. I didn't really did a good thing with this one here. So you could also use like the rectangular, like the little glue rectangular thingies. I'm not sure how to call them, but you use them with like 3D cards, and that would also work quite well, but I just don't have the patience to get all these little glue thingies on here. It'll take a little more time than using this. And now I'm almost there. Okay, so a little tip, because I saw my video was like really bad, but you can switch to better quality. I kinda didn't see that. So if you have like this really pixelated screen, you could try to switch to better quality, maybe it helps. Okay, so now I've got my shaker almost ready. And now I'm going to remove the other side of the double-sided adhesive. And I'm going to get some shaker material to create a shaker. Yes, that is finished. And as shaker material, I also wanted to use like these really cool small mid-form castings, which are pretty cool. And I'm going to use a few of these. And some of these little stars, which are really cool. And to make sure that it's going to move, I'm going to add a few micro beads. And the micro beads will actually create, I don't know what they do, but they'll make sure that everything is going to move. So for that, I'm using like Finnabare's micro beads, and I'm just going to put some of them in there. And I'm also going to add a few sequins. And I'm thinking about what color I'm going to use, but this is really cool. So I'm also adding a few of these fun sequins. Just need to make sure that this is not going to stick here. That won't work. And a few of these little cuties. Maybe it's a bit full now. I don't mind. Okay. And now the magic happens. I need to just divide these a bit. And then I'm going to layer my acetate on top. And then we have a little shaker, yay! So it isn't really moving around a lot, but some of them are a little bit stuck, but that's okay. So now for the like finishing touch of the shaker, I'm going to grab my glue gun and some new glue. I'm just going to put a few drops of glue in there. And adhere this on top to make sure you don't see the tape. I need to cover this. There's still tape showing, but that's okay. So now the shaker is ready. It's kind of easy. And I'm going to create the rest of the tag. Where was it? So the fun thing is, I'm going to use some Andy Skinner resist paste, which is really cool to use together with your Lindy's. I actually found out by accident, but it's really cool. I think I left my glue unscrewed. That isn't a really smart thing to do. Okay. So just some regular ordinary glue. And to make sure that I don't get my paper all ripped when I add ink, I will also add a layer of clear gesso, just to make sure that if I put my ink on top, it won't like really saturate my paper. I just want the ink on top of the paper and not like soaked in. So that is why I am adding a layer of clear gesso. You could also add a layer of Mod Podge or anything, but Mod Podge actually also behaves like a resist kind of fluid. So if you're adding ink on top, it probably will just float off. So some transparent gesso. I'm just going to add a quick layer. It doesn't have to like be really thick, but I just want to make sure that my ink will actually show. It's a really thin layer. Okay, I'm really happy there are still people watching. Despite the fact that my connection was so bad at first. But I'm glad. I need to like knock on the table. Okay, so wasn't really rude or anything, but I just don't want to jinx it. I hope it's going to stay this way. So if you are experiencing like bad quality, make sure to check the quality settings of the video, because I just found out that my quality settings were also very low because of my connection probably. So I could improve them quite a bit. Yeah, you are, Judith. Especially because it's like really, really hot in the Netherlands. I can imagine that you would actually like enjoy watching a screen right now. So I want to sit like on my chair, but I know if I sit down I will be very in pain within half an hour because I will get stuck onto my chair. So I'm just going to stand here. Okay, so resist based. Don't ask me what it does because I really don't know how it works, but it's really cool. So here's what I do. I just take a bit of this paste, which actually feels more of a wax kind of. Like, you know, the beeswax that you use rubbing as like a lip scrub or anything. It feels a bit like that. So it's actually raining at your place, Judith, because here it's just like really humid and really hot, but it isn't raining. I'm not sure what I did, but I just like rub it on top and I let it dry for a bit, and then we'll see what happens. There are people shouting outside. That's weird. Okay. So next up, some embossing powder. I wanted to use some plain silver embossing powder on top of this one. Some Versamark. Versamarking my shaker. That's not going to work. And adding a layer of just plain silver embossing powder. I thought it could be fun with the rest of the things that I thought of. And this is called, let me see, Slam Dunk Silver. I knew it was something silver, but I couldn't remember what. And let me heat this. Ja, Mirjam, hij is nu al wat beter, volgens mij. Maar ik durf het niet hard te zeggen. This is cool. This is actually looking pretty nice. Okay. You guys had rain. I didn't. I had like 3 drops. And that was everything we've got. Okay, this looks really cool. I'm going to check out what the resist base did. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Hey, IDT. You really didn't miss anything except for me complaining about my internet connection that like, well, I was offline every 3 minutes or so. And then I was complaining about the heat, so I don't think you actually missed anything. And Judith is actually living like maybe 15 kilometers or something from me, maybe a little bit further. And she had rain and we didn't, and I'm really jealous. Now, you don't, yeah, I'm just complaining. I'm being like the typical Dutch person because we are known for complaining about the weather like the whole year around. So when it's like winter, everybody complains because it's cold, and then when it's summer, everybody complains because it's hot, and we are just never happy with the weather. This actually looks really cool. So I always really like the combination of brown and blue. So that is why I'm using these two combined. I know it looks a bit messy right now, but you'll see because of the resist paste, only like the edges are fully covered in ink, and that is a really, really cool effect. Yeah, it's typical Dutch. We're always complaining about the weather, always. But I don't really complain, but it's just like I'm sweating so much. It just isn't, it's just not normal. Okay, look at this. This is so cool. It's just too bad that it won't show a lot of the background when I'm finished. But it does look cool. I really like this. And look at the colors. It's beautiful. Okay, so this was Tainted Love Teal and combined with Silhouette Silver, which is a Moonshadow Mist. So just to add a little more glitter, I'm going to use Glit Spread Spray, which is actually, I think it's like canceling. Is that the right word? It's discontinued, I think, almost. And I'm going to use Royal Peacock Fire. But I think you can still buy it in the Lindy shop, like within the set. And then you get like a few of these colors, which is really cool because it's just glitter. And I like just glitter. Okay, so happy that there are a little more people turning up. I'm glad you were all taking the time to watch this live stream. Especially because I haven't been around that much. Especially not in the Lindy's group, so I'm really happy that there are still people that actually like to watch this stream. While I don't really deserve it. I kind of neglected you guys. Yeah. Let's see. What's next? What should I do? I think I'm going to add some lava paste just because it's cool. But first I need to dry this. If I don't dry it, it won't work. And I'm going to use some of this lava paste using my favorite sponges, sponsored by Judith, which I am forever grateful for. And the reason that I'm using a sponge with lava paste is because it's going to create this really cool like I can't read and talk at the same time. I shouldn't do that. Okay, first let me say what I wanted to say. It's going to create a really cool texture. Then thank you, I'm still very happy with the sponges. Where did I let the sponge go? Oh, here. So I have like this tiny piece of sponge, cut it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of the lava paste, just not too much because I really have this cool background and it will otherwise cover everything, because this is going to grow and it's going to be really cool. And I'm also going to put some embossing powder on top because it creates this really cool effect. And I'm going to use, I think this is like the verdigris color, but I don't have the label, so I don't know for sure. I'll look it up for you guys. So if you missed the beginning, I just told at the beginning of the stream that I'm going to upload the same video to my channel as well. And you will find like the exact list of supplies. And I also added a list of supplies in the blog post that I wrote about this stream. And that actually went live this afternoon on the Lindy's blog, so you can find it there too. But if you want to check out like the exact list, make sure to follow my Facebook page, Creative Sins, so you'll get an update when I upload the video. Or subscribe to my channel. I'm making this so complicated. Subscribe to my channel. It's Creative Sins. Okay, so this is going to take a little while, but it's going to be worth it. And that is really cool. Every time I forget how long it's going to take, and it's not exactly like really suited for a live stream, but it's so cool. So it's worth it. And you guys have been so patient with me and my internet connection already, so I think you can handle this. Look how cool this is. It reminds me of like a fungus. And I don't know if that's normal, or maybe you guys have that same, think of the same thing when you see this, but I just think of a fungus. But it really looks so cool. And you just put it down because it's going to heat up quite bad. It's just the effect of like the lava paste together with the Lindy's embossing powder. I just think it's really cool. It's like this shabby kind of texture. I really like it. I would almost start singing, like entertaining you guys while we wait. Okay, it's finished. Look at this. This is so cool. I really like this background. I think it looks really amazing. And it really does look like fungus. Okay. So, as a finishing touch of the background, I'm going to add a few stars using some glittery Nouveau mousse, which really, wow. That is really pretty. And a dusty attic stencil, which is also very pretty. Don't use that much, Cindy. And I'm just going to add a few messy stars. I'm not going to pay attention to creating like a really beautiful thing, because I don't really mind that it looks a bit messy. It's okay. Okay, so I need to clean the edges of this thingy because otherwise I will never be able to unscrew it again. And I'm just going to clean that little starry stencil as well. Okay, let's dry this. I think it looks really cool. I like the way the background is turning out. I'm thinking of ways to create a little glittery thingy on the edge of my shaker as well. I think I'm just going to cover it in glitter. Let's do that. Let's see what kind of glitter I'm going to use. I have like all this really cool starry fine glitter. Where is my glue? I'm going to use my glossy accents just because I like the way this glue like flows. Let me get a needle because glossy accents really tends to dry. Let's see if this was, yeah, I think this was it. Yay. So I'm just going to put a thin layer of glossy accents on the edge. And I'm going to rub it out a bit just to even it out. And then add glitter. But the thing is, acetate is like really static. And you can like cover it and then get rid of the excess glitter because it will actually get stuck on top of your acetate. So I should carefully think of a way to do this. This is exactly what I thought. This is really cool. Don't you just love glitter? It really looks nice. And I like the fact that it's kind of turning out like purple bluish. I think this is going to be really cool with the brown and the blue tag. Look at this, it's really cute. I still have some edges left. I like the way this looks. It's cool. Okay. I'm just combining steampunk with glitter. Oh no, she didn't. Okay. Get this aside. Okay, next up, thinking of a way that it's all going to work together. Okay, I'm going to put down some more embossing powder on top of these really, really cute Christmassy starry flower thingies. I know these have a name, but I don't know what their name is anymore. Okay, so this one actually lost one of his leaves. I need to glue it. I thought that would happen because it was already loose. But there isn't anything a glue gun can't fix. Okay. I am going to use a different embossing powder. This time I'm going to use Don't Scream Aquamarine. And I'm just going to add a layer of this really cool embossing powder. I really like the chunky ones because it's just a little bit less, or a little bit more messy. And I really like to use these type of embossing powders on my mixed media projects. Ja, goed hè? It's a really clean Versamark pad. I should be ashamed of myself. But then again, it's being used. Wow. And the other ones. And I'm going to add a layer of chunky embossing powder as well, just because it's cool. Just going to drop them in there. And this is going to create like a little bit of a thicker layer of embossing powder, which just is going to make them look a bit more glossy, I think. I think I should call it glossy. I think that is what it is. And I'm just going to set this one aside. Let me see if I can focus. Yay! Almost. Oh, it's just a little bit too tiny. I'm going to show you guys when it's all melted. Look at this. Let me show you. I think this looks really beautiful. I really like the whole, like, when it's melting, it's melting together, which I think is really beautiful. I feel like this is looking very cool. Okay. What's next? Let me see. I think I'm slowly creating a project. Wow, this is loose. That's not going to work. So now my just glued frame is losing. Okay, but I think this is going to work. Okay, so some sisal fiber. A bit too much, maybe. And the thing is, I just like sisal fiber. It just looks pretty cool when you glue it underneath something. Look, this is really cool. I like this. So my glue will actually turn or dry like transparent, but now it's still a little bit colored because it's just wet. It's still wet. Yeah, I'm going to adhere it like this. It really looks cool. Some extra glue because I know it will take some glue before it adheres quite well. This is okay. Oh, we still got a funny shaker. I hope. Okay. Let's adhere these. It maybe would have been better if I adhered these after I adhered the shaker, but I'm just going to add one over here. And add one down here as well, just to cover up that little edge. And my mid-form castings, which are really, really, really beautiful. These are like the older castings from last year, but they're the Christmas collection, which was really, really cool. And thank you all for the thumbs up. That is really, really good to see, because that'll make this video appear more on people's timelines. So you just helped the Lindy's channel be more exposed on YouTube. So thank you. It feels ironic that I'm putting down a Christmas thingy on top of here, but it's fun. It kind of looks cool already. I like the way it looks. But it's not finished yet because we need some pretty flowers. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them, but I need them. And I'm not really thinking about where I'm adhering this. I'm just thinking of where would it look nice. And that's actually everything that I do. I really don't think this through or anything. And you could also create these type of flowers yourself by just adding glitter to your like normal flowers. But these are pre-made with glitter on top of them already. So you can really use these for your Christmassy, wintry projects. So these are called, let's see. I really can't tell. I'm not sure which flowers these are. But yeah, they're blue, they're glittery, they're by Prima. Okay, so I think it's nearly finished. I'm going to add some Finnabair wax, which is going to be really soft because it's, oh wow. Yeah, you can see we have a hot summer right now because it's like all melted. But it's still, the smell of this wax is so amazing. And I'm just adding some wax on the sides because I like the way it combines with the sprays and all the texture and everything. And then I'm going to add some text as well. Let me see what kind of text. I actually should use like a sentiment that says something about Christmas. I'm really thinking about Intense Like Fire, just to stay on the heat thing. But I'm not going to do it. Let me see if I can find anything else that is suited for my little Christmas thingy. I don't necessarily, I like the green ones. These are okay. So this is a Finnabair textbook with the little sentiments, which are really cool. I think I will go for Soul Whispers and Protect Your Magic. And Never Give Up. Let's do 3 of them. I'm not sure why. It's Friday and I feel like creating 3 of them. So this is a little bit of corrugated cardboard. And I'm just going to get these down here. It just looks a bit more interesting when these are glued on top of something. Otherwise they look a bit boring maybe. I just tried to cut in the middle, but I'm not very good at that. They look nice. Soul Whispers. Never Give Up. protect your magic. See how I will do that. I think let's be different today. So the text isn't really Christmassy, but still the rest of the elements are, so. Yay! I'm going to add a few more drops of, obviously, Nuvo drops. And then I think it's finished. Thank you guys! I just realized I haven't seen any text in like ages, but now I see a lot of you were saying things and I miss them. Let's see, what color am I going to use for this? I think I will go for blue or green. I think this can be cool. Yes. No. Make up your mind, Cindy. I'm doing the green. The dragon scales, dream drops. These are really cool. Like, these are these greenish. Thanks, Maya. Dat was waar ik ook voor ging. I love it when a plan comes together. I don't really like to use even numbers, so I'm going to add like a really tiny drop. I'm just going to let it like this. Ah, that's weird. I really can't handle like that it's on two places, so now I want a third. But now it's okay. I'm satisfied now. Look at this. Isn't this cute? I really like how it turns out. I can't shake it like really well because a lot of things aren't really stuck yet. But it does shake, yay! So here is my little Christmassy, cute little taggy thingy. So now I needed to get up to my laptop to read your comments. Thanks, Nunu. So, okay. I really want to thank you guys for your patience with the whole internet connection thing, which was terrible for the first half hour, but I'm glad. I'm really thankful YouTube decided to work with me instead of against me and gave me a good connection for the last hour. So Please, if you missed something of the stream, just rewatch it whenever it's uploaded onto the channel. Um, Make sure to subscribe to my own channel as well, to Creative Sins. I will add a really thorough list of supplies in the video. And yeah, if you have any questions about this tag, or if you're going to rewatch it and you're like, wow, I want to know something, just let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I'm not sure what I can say anymore. Yeah, Nunu, it's actually super easy, but the only thing is that you need some patience. That's all. And I'm not very patient, and I can do it, so you can do it as well. So if you haven't subscribed to the Lindy's channel, please consider to do so, and join the Lindy's Gang Facebook group if you haven't, because it's really fun and it's a lot of inspiration. And yeah, I'm going to cool off now and sit in between like two windows opened across each other or something, because I need to cool down. I'm going to get ice cubes and lay them down in my neck. Okay, so my complaining mode is off again now. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, have a good day, night, wherever you are. Thanks. Bye.